Shopping for a mortgage rate feels like scrolling through a menu where every dish looks the same price until the check arrives. But the difference between a great rate and a great lender could be the difference between closing on time and watching your dream home fall apart in underwriting. Right now, with rates bouncing between 6 and 8% depending on who you ask and what day it is, borrowers are doing something dangerously optimistic. They're chasing the lowest number, like it's the only number that matters. We've seen this movie before, and spoiler alert, it doesn't always end with you getting the keys. Here's the brutal irony. The lender advertising the lowest rate is sometimes the one with the slowest turnaround, the most aggressive conditions, or the underwriting team that treats your file like a Rubik's Cube no one wants to solve. A rate is a headline, but underwriting quality is the actual story. Think of it like buying a used car. The sticker price grabs your attention, but what's under the hood determines whether you make it off the lot. A lender quoting you 6.8% with a 45-day close, and 3 rounds of condition requests may cost you more than 1, quoting 7% who closes clean in 21 days. The catalyst behind all this confusion is a market that spent nearly a decade in a low-rate coma where almost any lender could perform because the margin for error was enormous. Now that rates have normalized and transactions have tightened, the gap between competent and mediocre underwriting has become painfully visible. Behavioral economists would tell you that our brains are hardwired to anchor on the first number we see, which is exactly why lenders lead with rates in their advertising. You walk in asking about 6.75 and you leave having never asked about average days to close, condition rates, or what happens when your appraisal comes in low. There was a period in 2021 and 2022 where buyers were so desperate to lock anything under 3% that underwriting quality was almost irrelevant. Every deal was getting done, and lenders were heroes. That era has a name now. It's called the exception, not the rule, and we are firmly back in the rule. Mortgage veterans will tell you the single most underrated metric is the lender's pull-through rate, meaning the percentage of loans they start that actually close. A lender with a pull-through rate below 70% is waving a red flag in your face while handing you a balloon. Here's the cycle we keep repeating every decade or so. Rates rise, volume drops, weaker lenders start cutting corners on speed or staffing, borrowers get burned, and then suddenly everyone becomes an expert on underwriting quality after they've already been hurt. We are somewhere in the middle of that cycle right now, which means you still have time to be smart about this. The misconception worth destroying right now is that all loan officers are basically the same, and the only differentiator is the rate sheet they hand you. A seasoned loan officer with deep underwriter relationships, clear communication habits, and a realistic eye for deal structure is worth a 1/4 point in rate every single day of the week. So here's your practical playbook. Get quotes from at least 3 lenders, and when you do, ask each one their average days to close for the past 90 days, their average number of conditions per file, and whether their underwriting is in-house or outsourced. Those 3 questions will tell you more about operational quality than any rate comparison website ever could. When you evaluate the answers, remember that in-house underwriting typically means faster decisions and more flexibility, while outsourced underwriting can introduce communication delays and rigid checkbox thinking that kills deals on technicalities. You want a lender who knows how to tell your story to their underwriter, not one who just uploads documents and hopes for the best. Discipline in mortgage shopping means you don't fall in love with a rate before you've done a background check on the lender, just like you wouldn't hire a contractor based solely on their hourly rate without checking their reviews. The process, the patience, and the right positioning up front will always outperform the emotional high of a number that looks good on paper. At the end of the day, the best mortgage is the one that actually closes on time, with minimal drama, at a rate you can genuinely afford to carry. Consistency in your research approach and sizing your risk appropriately will serve you far better than chasing a rate that evaporates the moment your file hits the underwriter's desk. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start moving with confidence, whether you're looking at real estate investing, need contracting work done on your next property, or want to connect with lenders who actually perform, check out our links in the description below.